Alandus Sims. I'm so excited to sit down and talk to you today. I have a couple questions because I feel like we don't even know who you are. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, who are you and where you come from?
Obviously, my name is Alandus Sims. I've been pastoring now for a total of about 15 years altogether. I
Okay.
started preaching the gospel at 18 years old.
Okay, but where are you from? What city are you from?
I'm from Orlando, Florida.
So you
Right here,
born and
Pine
raised?
Hills, Pine Hills. Yeah, I
Okay,
went
so
to
this is
Evans.
literally your city.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
tell me about your family dynamic. How many siblings do you have?
Uh, I have two older brothers
Okay.
and a younger sister. We have an interesting story. Um, our mother passed when I was 5 years old. So we had a situation where our father raised us by himself. So that's kind of unique to have a man, a black man, who raised all of his children by himself, sent them all to college and graduate school, and he didn't do anything but preach the gospel.
Really?
That's right. We depended on hard-working church folk to make it, and I think that's really the foundation of my life, and really that's a kind of capsulizes my whole story, encapsulate my whole story.
Okay, so tell me about your father. What was his name?
Dr. Arthur D. Sims Sr.
Okay, tell me something about him.
My father was listen, I'm not just saying this because he was my father, he was an extraordinary man.
Okay.
He was very instrumental in the civil rights movement in Georgia, led civil rights movement in Augusta, Georgia. I grew up looking at all kind of newspaper clippings and articles of him leading boycotts and sit-ins and these things. Not only was he that, but he was a very learned man, a
Okay.
man who really embraced personal preparation. He received his master's from Morehouse School of Religion in Atlanta. He also was a trained singer. He studied music also in college as well, at Payne College in Augusta. He pastored in Augusta, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, and when I was in the third grade, he was called here to Orlando to pastor Mount Zion Institutional Baptist Church downtown, right here in Orlando, Florida. And then he founded Fellowship Baptist Church, where we are today, where I'm now the pastor of, and he pastored Fellowship for over 30 years. And so I'm pretty proud of that legacy, as you can tell by how I smile when I talk about
You
it.
light up when you talk about your dad.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so with me being a church baby, pastors, I feel like people don't really get to know pastors. They don't know them who they are. So I'm gonna throw a curveball at you right now.
Okay.
I want you to give me maybe a funny quote or a lasting quote that your father, Pastor Arthur Sims, gave you that sticks with you.
I don't know how funny the quote is that he gave me, but I
Okay.
know how true it is.
Okay.
He said, Alandus, either you face your problems or your problems will face you. And that's always been very profound and something I've lived by.
Got you. Good job. You're doing great. Okay. So how would you describe yourself in 3 words outside of being a pastor?
Father, husband, fighter.
Okay, well, tell us about your wife. What's going on with her? What's her name?
My wife's name is Crystal Davidson Sims. We've been married now for 23 years.
You're old enough to be married 23 years?
Absolutely.
You are?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, I turned 51 years old on July 30th.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
So we don't have a lot of footage on you, but I think I saw you catch a shark or something the other day. What was, you want to explain that to us?
Absolutely. So for my birthday,
Okay.
we went on a fishing trip.
Okay.
Now, mind you, we were in a lagoon
Okay.
kind of situation.
Okay.
And while I love to fish, I love to go out on the boat, I'm not what you call a professional
Okay.
or consummate fisherman. So we're out here, and I'm thinking I'm going to, maybe catch something like maybe 5, 8, 10 pounds at the most. Something jumped on my line and literally pulled me up and down the lagoon, and I'm literally fighting for my life. And I never had anything fight me that hard. After about 25 minutes of fighting, reeled in about 115, 120 pound shark. The truth is, okay, I would have quit
Okay.
because I was just that tired.
Okay.
Literally, I would have quit, but my daughters were cheering me on the boat. And I don't care how old they get, you always kind of want to be the superhero.
Right.
So I kept on fighting, but I didn't fish anymore after that.
Oh, you was done.
But I got footage, so you saw the footage.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right. So you
So-
know I'm not lying. I'm not making this up.
So the Bible tells us to be fishers of men, and you out here getting sharks.
But listen, there's another message in that.
Okay.
You know, all we have to do is throw the bait out, which is the gospel.
Okay.
It's not up to us who bites or who catches,
Okay.
what they look like,
Okay.
but it's our job to bring it into the boat. And you can't clean the fish until you catch the fish. Now,
Ooh!
listen, I think that'll preach, right?
I know it would preach, fam. I know it would preach. Okay. Let's go back to your dad just a little bit. What was it like growing up in your father's church? What was that like for you?
I mean, it was amazing because you have to understand, I'm blessed to at least come up in a time still where church was still at the center of everything. And my father is what you call a stone cold gospel preacher.
Okay.
He's a hooping preacher.
Okay.
But his message always had a social justice lens, how he looked at the word of God to empower people. So it was full of shouting. It was full of good singing, and it was packed. You know, it was standing room only. So I have fond memories of it. You know,
So did you always know that you're following his footsteps?
when I was a little kid, my brother and I would play church like maybe many church kids did.
Okay.
And we would argue who would get to be my father. Or who. I come from a preaching family. My uncles were pastors. My grandfather, both of my grandfathers were pastors
Okay.
and preachers. So I love the Lord. From an early age I did, but when it came to pastoring and when it came to wanting to be a preacher, I ran from it.
Did you?
I truly did. And I truly ran from it.
Come on, you want to talk about that running?
Yeah, I mean, because, listen, I knew that there was a call on my life. But the call that was on my life was in conflict with the things I wanted to do with my life.
Okay.
I was torn like many young people are. I really just wasn't ready to give up the good time I thought I was having doing things outside the will of God. Listen, I would like to say that I believe that God gave me many gifts, and I was guilty of misusing the gifts that he had given me. And I found myself running into what I was running away from.
Now that's good.
Oh, I
Okay.
get snap. I got
You can snap right there. Now you can
Okay.
snap right there.
All right.
Okay. So let's talk about your daughters, because you got daughters, all girls.
Yeah.
Right? How many daughters do you have?
I have 5 daughters.
Okay. How is it being a girl dad?
I think being a girl dad really saved me, changed my life.
Really?
Definitely. I had to refocus. I had to become kinder, gentler. I had to understand I had to be intentional about everything I did and the examples that I set. And it taught me how to love in a way I had never loved before. It made me intentional about wanting to empower women.
Okay.
It made me cognizant of the fact that I had to raise them in such a way where they wouldn't have limitations that maybe society would try to set upon them. And I wanted them to know that truly that they could accomplish, they could do everything that God had placed in their hearts to do. So I would be remiss not to add that.
So what made you that intentional? Did you have I guess like another, I mean, did your dad help you with kind of seeing things that way? Is it something that maybe you and your wife talked through? Like what gave you that type of intentionality?
Well, I don't know. Do we really have time to go there on this interview? Because in order for me to go there, I just have to truly be transparent.
Okay.
I don't know any other way to be.
Okay.
Like many young men, I had to change as a person.
Okay.
The way I looked at women, the way I saw women treated in our society, and maybe have even participated in before I knew better, I had to change that thinking, and I began to look at everybody as if they were my daughter. I began to look at my daughters in such a way whereby I wanted to become that person that would give them the earthly example of what a good man would be. What does a good father look like? What does a good husband look like? What does a good man of God look like? And to be honest with you, like most of us, that was a process. I don't think anybody's ready to be a father or be a parent. I believe that you do the best you can, and you do better as you learn, as you live, and as you grow. And I have a lot of pride when it comes to that, because the responsibility of raising them and setting an example for them made me a better man.